Hello and welcome to Carolina Insider here at the Kennedy Greenhouse Studio at the University of South Carolina. I'm Ideen Ghorbani. Our lead story today, the University of South Carolina has a new student body president. Michael Parks was elected in a runoff election on March 2nd, but his win was not without controversy. 2 violations were filed against Parks and his campaign, disqualifying him from the race despite getting 47% of the vote. Parks and his representatives argued against the videos and pictures the Election Commission used as evidence against him with the hopes of getting both violations dropped.
It was really exciting. I thought that we would get off on both charges. However, we only needed to get off on one. So it was nice to hear the news, obviously, to be back in the race.
Students from multiple campaigns testified for and against Parks. After hearing the news that he had won the runoff election, Parks said he was relieved and grateful to begin his term. Moving on to other campus news, college application season is over for most high school seniors and it's decision time. But as Brett Williams reports, for a group of students at South Carolina considering one certain program at USC, their deadline came a little later.
Hey, how you doing?
For Parker Johnson, life at USC is amazing. He loves his part-time job as a cashier for Carolina Dining and takes pride in his customer service.
You're still looking good in your leather jacket.
When he's not behind the register, he's loving life on campus, and he's everywhere.
I just like to spread out a lot of cool things like sporting events, and it's amazing.
Other students like him are too, but you may not be able to find them. Johnson is part of Carolina Life, a certificate program for students with intellectual disabilities. Like all Gamecocks, Carolina Life students live in dorms and join student organizations. They even audit general university courses while also taking specialized small group classes. The Office for Civil Rights of the U.S. Department of Education says more and more students with disabilities intend to pursue a college education. With hundreds of similar programs nationwide, program coordinators hope this model of invisibility helps Carolina Life stand out.
We try to emphasize more of the normalcy, typicality aspect of our program.
Carolina Life Coordinator Mike Kelly sees how coming to college can benefit these students.
They help themselves to stretch beyond boundaries that maybe at one time would not even have been comprehensible for them.
With 3 years of studying under his belt, Johnson knows the ropes, and he too is ready to help the next newcomers to Carolina Life.
Try not to be scared when y'all are independent. We can show y'all around.
It seems he'll excel at that job too.
Y'all have a blessed day.
Brett Williams, Carolina Insider.
Are you looking for something new to do this weekend in the capital city? Maria Tellez is here with this week's Soda City Scene.
The Columbia Museum of Art has a new art exhibit on display now. 40 African-American artists are featured in the exhibit called Remix, 9 are from South Carolina. All of the artists use items from modern pop culture to reflect the identity of today's African-American, like this work called Plantation Monopoly. A museum staff member explains the importance of exhibits like Remix.
A lot of artists have been able to kind of repurpose it and give it their own, new spin to where it's positive. So I think that it would inspire a lot of younger artists that are coming up.
Remix is on display until May 3rd, so be sure to go ahead and check that out. That's all we have for this week's Soda City Scene. Back to you, Ideen.
Thanks, Maria, and a big congratulations to the USC women's basketball team for beating Kansas State on Sunday night. The Lady Gamecocks will move on to the Sweet 16 of the NCAA tournament to take on Syracuse. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for joining us on this edition of Carolina Insider. We'll see you here again next week in the Kennedy Greenhouse studio.